Hello, everyone. I hope you had very much of a wonderful, blessed, long weekend. After all, guys, as you can see, guys, I'm quietly back for 3 days, which is Tuesday, Wednesday, and as well as Thursday as well. Just to keep you guys informed. Next week, I'll be actually back on Monday. The full week will be ours completely. But regardless of that, guys, I all hope you have a very blessed long weekend and a very great long weekend indeed, guys. As you can see, I'm just back for 3 days. But regardless of that, guys, I'm so superly, amazingly grateful for your total support in viewing and watching my episodes from TikTok, Shorts, and from long videos in YouTube. And from those of you who are also subscribing in YouTube and from TikTok as well, completely means a lot to me. May you have a blessed, beautiful, long day, and may you enjoy yourself as well. And may you also remain happy and pursue your goals and your dreams, whatever it is that you're doing in whatever it is that you're doing as well. And may you never actually stop or ever give up on them as well. As you can see, guys, my battery is very much quietly low, so I'm gonna have to actually get right on it with the topic right away. But regardless of that, guys, I'm so superly grateful for your support. Completely means the ends of the universe to me. May you also as well have a blessed long day and a very much of a great day. I am also as well rooting for you guys and in your journeys and also supporting you guys also in your journeys. And may you stay happy and may you have a blessed, great long month. So in today's episode, we're to speak about the notent Night King, who is a super villain and a high-ranking member of an ancient, powerful secret society of supervillains known as the Order of the Five, that decides the fate of humanity, that wants to control the sacred universe and the sacred world and the known universe and also humanity in the process by deciding humanity's fate as well. The Noten Night King is very quietly well known throughout the entire sacred known worlds for his great destructive goals of conquering and fully enslaving thousands of greater inhabitants and many thousands of greater inhabitants and creatures and beings throughout the many known worlds and villages and and as well as planets and cities and greater cities and capital cities that is able to mysteriously rule and conquer from. And through that end, he has become a merciless, deadliest, devastating virusical plague that spreads throughout the entire sacred universe, creating chaos and destruction and discord throughout the rest of the sacred world. And the Four Nation Hunters are well known that the Noten Night King is very merciless and very ruthless to his goals and as well to his mission. He's one of the greatest, most darkest, formidable adversaries that the Four Nation Hunters and the Universal Heroes have faced, especially since he is a member of an ancient and powerful, deadly elite criminal organization known as the Order of the Five, which is an ancient secret society of supervillains that decides the fate of humanity as well. So let's get right into it. In the Noten Night King's previous eternal mortal life, he manages to conquer and rule thousands of known worlds and planets and cities in a matter of one fell swoop by literally enslaving all the inhabitants, all the supernaturals, creatures and aliens and all the inhabitants by placing them under his sole control and by forcing them to mining and digging all the ancient minerals, all the ancient minerals and the non-resourceful substance and everything else and the non-resourceful substance of the planet's resources, so he can exactly use them in order to power up his empire and all of his forces. In that Pacific era, there was a sinister systematic uprising of a greater powerful uprising where Lord Ra, who is the leader and founder of another ancient secret society of supervillains known as the Sacred Circle, with a different goal and a different objectivity and a different goal and a different objectivity of its own, where Ra began an uprising of the slavers in order for them to overthrow the Noten Night King, which they previously exactly able to do so. The Night King and his forces were forced to literally retreat and were forced to literally retreat after the great battle, since the slavers were quietly led by a brilliant leader and a great, brilliant, evil, in nihilistic, an evil, powerful activist of a greater leader known as Ra, who was able to tell the people to fight back for their own lands and from their own worlds, which they exactly do so. The Night King exactly had to retreat and had to exactly withdraw his invasion and his conquest from the world that he was managed to conquer and from the rest of its inhabitants, which he actually did so. And he managed to teleport himself away. Within the middle century, the Noten Night King completely exactly withdraw his resignation from leading and commanding a deadly super criminal, a deadly elite criminal organization of assassins, of greater formidable of assassins known as the Noten Knight, where he literally withdraw his resignation from that particular time, and he manages to exactly not to lead them anymore. The organization continued to flourish and continued without the Noten Night King's leadership, and it still remained the same after his great resignation. Throughout the following near to the end of the great centuries, the Noten Night King remained in his hidden base of operation, where he continued to exactly monitor the wars and the conflicts of the sacred world and of the sacred universe, where he waited patiently and very much greatly patiently and very much greatly highly actively patiently in order to plan and orchestrate his next move and phase of his plan that he manages to calculate and manages in order to keep it hidden to himself. Within that particular time, that particular time, Master Shadow exactly revealed himself to the Noten Night King and offered him a seat within his ancient secret society known as the Order of the Five, by telling the Noten Night King that he would benefit graciously with his goals and with his activity, with his great soul activity in conquering and controlling many worlds and many civilizations in the process, which will be very crucial for his goal and also for his sinister plan for it to as well to take place. Regardless of that, the Noten Night King was very skeptical of Master Shadow's proposition, and he decided to accept it as he shook hands with Master Shadow and told him that he's officially an associate and a high-ranking member of the Order of the Five. And Master Shadow reassured the Noten Night King that he would benefit very much graciously with the resources and with more formidable, greater power and all the intuition and all the expertise that the other individual members who possess greater powers and connections are willing to aid the resources with each other, with the other members of the organization and of the secret society as well, which in doing so, his long-term plans and the progress of his sinister plan will systematically bear fruit in a very faster and quicker way. Regardless of that, the Noten Night King realizes that he made the best and greatest decision to joining this organization and the ancient secret society, which is very crucial for him to aid them with their respective goals, which they share his belief and also which they actually quite cautiously actually share his belief and his common goal as well, which he was able to realize that if they can combine their resources all together, they will be unstoppable and also untouchable as well. On the on the actual 10th of January, the mysterious dark druid exactly held up a video audience with the members of the Order of the Five, and the Noten Night King was quietly present in a video audience with the members of the Order of the Five, as the Doctor was able to tell the members of the Order of the Five that the universal heroes have flawed up, have messed up their plans and their goals and their sinister operation with their transportation operational plans in order to receiving more destructive and more compatible technology, which was very crucial for the operation to take place. Regardless of that, the goddess of life began to reassure her operative that everything else is going according to plan, the way it's supposed to be, and that things are finally taking place with the way they were meant to actually go by. And in other words, they will receive more technology and more greater sufficient, highly advanced technology that will destroy and terminate the universal heroes once and for all. And the Dark Druid seemed reassured about that as well. On the 15th of January, the great master of the Noten Knights of the Noten Knights held up a video audience with the members of the Order of the Five, and began to tell them that the universal heroes have graciously exactly intervened on the most powerful, important test of all, in order to retrieving stolen information and intelligence from other secretive nations and countries, which will be very, very crucial for the great masters to begin their sinister, elaborate planning. But through all that, he told them that they managed to capture some of the operative and also some of the other operative of the organization itself as well. Regardless of that, the Noten Night King was quietly present in the video audience as another member of the Order of the Five began to reassure the associate that everything is going according to plan, and that with another interference of the universal heroes may be crucial for their plan to systematically bear fruit in the process as well. On the actual 17th of January, the enforcer of the Order of the Five still face exactly attended a video audience with the members of the Order of the Five, and exactly told them that due to the universal heroes interference with the rest of the delivery system of the greater serum's powers, and of the shadow energy's greater serum's powers, and all of its greater indestructible secrets have been hereby destroyed during the exchange, he was able to tell the members that everything else was quietly ruined due to the universal hero's disappearance. Regardless of that as well, as the other member of the Order of the Five begin to ensure the enforcer that the universal hero's interference is now regarded as enemy action, and that they must be taken down effective immediately, as the Noten Night King was quietly present within the video audience as well. On the actual 26th of January, the other associate held up a video audience with the members of the Order of the Five, and began to exactly tell them that the universal heroes have managed to gracefully destroy and ruin the progress of their plans and of their goals in the future process of their goals, and of their sinister collaboration with the other sinister forces of evil in the actual process. Regardless of that, the other member of the Order of the Five to begin to reassure the mysterious operative and associate that the operation itself has really begun taking place, and that everything else will go according to plan, the way it was rooted out to be. And the Noten Night King was very quietly present in the video audience, and very much quietly silent within the video audience as well, on that very particular time as well. On the actual 16th of February, Black Sport actually held up a video audience with the members of the Order of the Five, and began to actually tell them that he failed to secure the blue magical crystal from the underwater underwater magic kingdoms where the Water King is previously exactly ruling from the other watery worlds and planets due to the interference of his proteges and of his students who managed to gratefully interfere to achieving his sole objectivity. Regardless of that, the other member of the Order of the Five began telling him that everything is about to go into place and that the operation has been successfully taken its rightful place and that the sole objectivity of the plan has been able to be organized and been orchestrated with every type of it as well. And the Note Night King was very much quietly present within the video audience. On the actual 25 February, a group of associates began presenting the blue magical crystal that has begun to singly highly regenerate from it being destroyed and from it being particularly being destroyed from the greater battle that Black Sport was fighting with the universal water heroes in the other water worlds and planets beneath the within the water planets and worlds. There's a beneath water kingdom within its ocean where Black Spot was quietly fighting to retrieve the giant blue crystal, and he quietly destroyed it out of spite in order to spite the universal water heroes. Regardless of that, the crystal has begun exactly a single regenerative process to highly begin healing itself, and the operatives and the associates of the Order of the Five began presenting the crystal to the members of the Order of the Five on a video, to showing the members of the Order of the Five who are on a video audience, telling them that the crystal has really begun its highly regenerative process and that everything of it has really begun taking place for them to further their plans and their goal in the process as well. And the Noten Night King was very much quietly present in the video audience as well on that particular time and also month as well. On the 25th of March, the Noten Night King and the half of the members of the Order of the Five staged a raid, literally staged a deliverable raid on a facility, on a Shadow Empire facility that kept very powerful, sinister stasis, cryo-freeze genetic hibernation stasis pods of monsters, creatures, and fail-safes of experiments and all of that. They staged the raid and they managed to take all the assets and everything out of that facility, realizing that the army that was quietly kept in hibernation sleep within the stasis pod will be very, very crucial for it. That they have it in their possession, which they could use this army to conquer and rule the entire known universe and the sacred universe and remain the sole supreme rulers of the sacred universe in the process, as the other members began to agree, and so did the Noten Night King as well. On the 10th of April, the Noten Night King was quietly present in a video conference held by the leader of the organization, as he stated to literally congratulate Black Sport with his great sufficient and with his great work, telling him that they made the rightest decision by making him the great associate of the organization and of the operative of the organization, and for that they were actually able to grant him a seat within the organization itself as well. On the actual 15th of April, the members of the Order of the Five held up a video audience where the enforcer Stillface was actually telling them that he's very grateful to be at the great services and that the members and that his masters are finally beginning to actually respect his services and are beginning to actually see his services, and they are also very grateful of that as well. Regardless of that, the Noted Night King was very much quietly present within the video audience as the leaders of the organization, were quietly able to tell the enforcer that they're also very grateful for his services and for his commitment to the organization's goals and to its sole mission, and that they'll forever actually quietly need they'll ever forever quietly need his expertise and his greater talents and his greater talents and his greater talents and his greater experiences in order to help the organization reach its goals in a very faster way and in a very quicker way, which is very crucial for them to actually bear fruit on their long-term plans. Stillface began to realize that the members and the leaders of the organization have beginning to actually see his services and beginning to actually see him and his services, and he beginning to actually realize that he made the right choice becoming the enforcer of the organization and of the ancient secret society as well. On the actual 15 of May, on the actual 15 of excuse me, of May, Black Sport actually summoned the members of the Order of the Five on a video audience in order to actually show them his successor and his greater protege known as Rex, who managed to do all the impossible mission and greater asset. To that end, the members of the Order of the Five welcome Rex as one of the other members begin to appreciate Rex's services and his greater loyalty to his greater master, and as well to his greater father and protege as well. And they were able to actually realize that Rex actually deserves to find out exactly what was happening within the organization and who was the mysterious partner that they've been fully collaborating with as well. On the actual 20th of June, the members of the Order of the Five began fully meeting up with their partners associate and with their partners associate on an ancient powerful cave, which they were actually holding a summit as well. And the Noted Night King was quietly present as well, and he was able to witness everything going down between Rex actually exposing the plans to the partner, and as well as exposing the partner's motive and plans to themselves as well, and also exactly showing the partner and the members of the organization that the motives and that the manipulation in the events and all of that has caused chaos and destruction, and that the partners actually began to telling the members of the Order of the Five that their partnership is hereby exterminated. Before all of that exactly happened, the Universal Heroes exactly stormed in the ancient cave, and exactly stormed in the ancient cave as the members of the Order of the Five realizes that they've been set up, and that they actually made a very, very devastating big ordeal of a mistake in underestimating the Universal Heroes and as well as the allies as well. As the Noted Night King decided to battle and confront the members of the Universal Heroes head from head, he confronted and fought with Shadow Boy in a battle, while the other members of the Order of the Five began teleporting themselves, and some of them began retreating from the battle and literally leaving from the battle. He fought up against the members of the Universal Heroes, and he was able to be defeated as well in that particular time. On the actual 26th of July, the Noted Night King escaped his ancient secretive custody from being taken into custody straightly to the Astral Prison, which is a prison designed to house super criminals, evil super villains and dark druids, evil superheroes, rogue 4-nation hunters, rogue 5-nation hunters, rogue dark mysterious magical users, and rogue evil super criminals and deadly threats or sinister warlords or Shadow Empire warlords and commanders and deadly evil witches and all of that, as well as the Sacred Prison, which is also designed to house powerful super criminals and evil super villains, as well as the Dark Ark, which is also capable of housing super criminals and super villains as well. as well as with its true parental purposes as well, which is given to it as well. Despite that, he was quietly about to be transported to the Astro prison, and he, after all, escaped his mysterious custody within his mysterious delivery system of his custody, and he just vanishes, and he just mysteriously vanished from his custody as well. On the on the 10th of on the particular 10th of August, Master Shadow held up a video audience with the members of the Order of the Five on his central headquarters of base of operation, where the Noti Night King was quietly present and began to exactly tell the members of the Order of the Five that their plans are beginning to successfully take place, and that everything else is about to go in order the way it's supposed to be, and that nothing can exactly disrupt the progress of their plans, and then everything else is about to take in place, and that all the cards have been set into stone, and that everything else will be delivered the way it was meant to be as well. On the actual 14th of September, the members of the Order of the Five convene on an ancient dark crystal temple where the goddess of life begin to ask the other leader and founder of the organization and of the secret society, is that all the plans have been put into place the way they were supposed to be, and everything else is ready to go accordingly the way it was meant to actually taking place, with its actual plan and with its actual role of that, regardless of the interference as well. Regardless of that, Master Shadow began to reassure the goddess of life that all the plans and preparation have been set into motion, and that all they have to do is make sure that everything else begins taking place. And the goddess of life exactly told Master Shadow then their plans may actually proceed according to schedule as well. On the 15th of September, the members of the Order of the Five reconvene again on another dark crystal temple, and this time the Noted Night King was still present within the dark crystal temple, as the goddess of life began to exactly state that all their good works and great merits exactly been pointed out the way they were supposed to be, and that they were able to thank the enforcer Stillface for the great collaboration it was able to do in order to killing the Shadow Empire warlord before he was able to blow up the operation and ruin their future plans and goals in a process. And regardless of that, the goddess of life was able to observe that these greater universal heroes have been secretly collaborating with the world heroes and with the Four Nation Hunters as well, with the Four Nation Hunters of the Intergalactic Coalition, and that they've all quietly learned the hard way that their abilities in thwarting the operation and all of that, as well as Master Shadow stated that they all exactly made a big mistake in underestimating their abilities and also their greater plans in thwarting the operation, since they've learned the hard way not to underestimate them at all. After that, the members of the Order of the Five began revealing themselves from the coming out from the shadows of the dark crystal temple and into the light, and so did the great Noted Night King, until Adelaide Granny stepped into the light and began to reassuring the members of the Order of the Five that she has a plan in place to deal with the universal heroes, and that she'll be able to put them down and neutralize them permanently, as she began to reassure the members of the Order of the Five. Regardless of that, the Noted Night King seemed very skeptical of the reassurance, but he kept it to himself, as he was very much completely reassured of that as well. On the 24th of October, the Noted Night King met up with his followers on an ancient shadowy island, which its base of location was quietly disclosed from the other particular bases, and was able to exactly tell his followers that everything else is beginning to take place accordingly the way it's supposed to be, and that the finalization of their plans will systematically begin bearing fruit as well, as the followers seemed particularly reassured of that as well. On the 20th of November, the Noted Night King was able to actually meet up with the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders on a very sinister magical dark cave, which bear a powerful magical waterfall next to it, and was able to tell the Shadow Empire warlord and commander that they should still exactly keep the end of their bargaining and their deals, and that they should still deliver the good and bad and powerful destructive technology to him and the rest of the other members of the Order of the Fives associate and of the operatives as well, which is very crucial. The Shadow Empire warlord and commander reassured the Naughty Night King that is exactly what they wanted to do. And they still remember the ancient pact and the ancient deal that they signed many centuries ago, and it still remains the same as they begin to reassure him as well. On the 25th of January, the leader of the Order of the Five held up a video audience with the members of the Order of the Five, and the Naughty Night King was quietly present as he began to telling them that the finalization of the plans has begun to finally systematically bear fruit, and that nothing else can particularly disrupt it or either disrupt it in the actual process. As Adelaide Granny began to tell the members of the Order of the Five that she's really planned out her singular operation and that she's willing to go head to head with it and forward with it, regardless of the interference and regardless of the threat that might actually try to stop her in the actual fierceness of its front, as the other members of the Order of the Five seemed very skeptical of her intentions as well. On the 25th of February, the members of the Order of the Five held up another video audience as another member of the Order of the Five began telling them that all their plans and all the preparation has begun to systematically bear fruit, and everything else is being organized the way it's supposed to be, and the final checkmate piece of the puzzle, the board will be finally be removed, and that all their plans will gratefully take place due to them actually making a destructive goal, which will expose the inside spy and the mold in a process which will actually be the most devastating loss to the sinister plan. But the other members believe that it's quietly worth of the debacle, as they all began to agree with that as well. And they told each other that they must exactly begin with the mobilization of the plan, and that it must proceed on the way it was meant to be as well. On the 26th of February, the members of the Order of the Five held up a video audience with the leader held up a video audience with the members of the Order of the Five and began exactly telling them that their partner has really seen to the failure and compromisation of elderly grannies failure of a machination in trying to disrupt their long-term plans and a goal in the actual process. And regardless of that, Red Knight began to actually reassure the leader that all their plans are now going according to plan, the way it's supposed to be, and so did Golden Knight, was also beginning to tell the other members of the Order of the Five that their planning and that their systematic plans and their goals have been able to proceed on accordingly the way they were meant to be, and that everything else is ready to begin taking place, meaning that their goals and their future plans can finally begin taking effective change and greater changes for the sacred world and for the sacred universe, which they will soon remain the sole rulers of the sacred universe and of the known universe in the process, which where they all began to agree on that. On the 27th of March, the Naughty Night King was able to convene with the most powerful, ancient, sinister forces of evil that are quietly unknown to the Four Nation Hunters in Four Nation Hunter history as well, on an ancient dark cave that held powerful statues of greater unknown ancient monsters of the dark dimension that invaded the entire sacred universe before Four Nation Hunter history was ever recorded and ever known to Four Nation Hunter as well. The members appeared in a very powerful astral, in a shadowy astral projection of themselves, which was like a mere reflection of themselves in order to conceal their true identities and all of that, but their eyes remained the same. The Naughty Night King exactly wanted to thank these mysterious individuals and exactly telling them that the plans and preparation have been set accordingly, the way they actually were meant to be, and the full authorization will be given out, regardless of that. One of the other shadowy astral projection associate of the Naughty Night King told them that it's thanks to them that the Order of the Five is still remaining in full secrecy and in the shadows of the sacred world, and especially within Four Nation Hunter history, and that the plan must go forward the way it was meant to be ruled out, without any further interference, especially when that the universal heroes pose a threat to their goal and to their global future plans, which is very crucial that they must take them down and officially wipe them out in the actual process, as the Noten Night King began to agree with that as well. On the on the actual 15th of May, the Noten Night King was able to systematically reconvene with the dark magical powerful druids known as the dark druids and the dark witches and the dark faithful on an ancient powerful dark magical crystal cave, where he was able to begin to actually telling them that all the plans and preparation have been set according to motion, and the dark magical users told the Noten Night King that all the technology and all its greater aspects has begun to be finalized, and then all they need to do is find the worthy test subject in order for them to actually test on. Before moments later, a dark, powerful, formidable dark warlord from the Dark Empire begin to telling the powerful, mysterious Noten Night King that he's willing to remain as his operative and to his eyes and ears within the Dark Empire. And the Noten Night King seemed very pleased and very happy that there's something that the Order of the Five can actually cease to use. On the actual 25 of June, the leader of the Order of the Five held up a video conference where the Noten Night King began telling him that the plans and preparation have been set the way they were supposed to be, and everything else has been arranged with its greater goals and with its greater aspect. And then all they have to do is move forward with what they've been planning to do, and that they learn the hard way not to underestimate the obstacle or the threats they've been facing along the way. As the other members begin to agree that that is exactly what they'll do, is to face the threat in a different direction rather in a long way, and that they can still use the universal heroes and the Formation Hunters of the Intergalactic Coalition as pawns and as greater weapons to further their goal and their sinister plan in the actual process as well. And the leader of the organization begin to agree with the members that it's time for the plan to begin taking place, that the long-term plan that they've been willing to wait for to deciding the fate of humanity has now come to push to shove, and that it must come to successfully bear fruit as well. Despite this, guys, the Noten Night King is a very powerful, systematic, sinister force of evil who is very, very ancient and very, very powerful. He's quietly well known throughout Four Nation Hunter history to be known to be one of the greatest monstrous threat that the Four Nation Hunters have faced, due to his long gravity and to his power of immortality and to his quick thinking and to his quick improvisation, that he has managed to gather thousands of followers over the following centuries and over the following years, that he can never be underestimated or ever be taken down. The Four Nation Hunters learned that by trying to taking him down, and also by trying to fight with him throughout the greater sacred civil wars, that he was able to orchestrate and control from behind the shadows of sacred reality. Regardless of that, the Noten Night King is a very, very formidable, powerful, dark, deadly plague of evil who's very, very well, good, and reversed in the art of deception and in the art of combat and in the art of manipulation. He has the greater successful powers of mind control, deception, manipulation, marksmanship, stealth, the power of stealth, and the power of disappearing, reappearing at will, teleportation, which has been granted to him, super speed, telepathy, and hand-to-hand combat, swordsmanship, and also very much quietly swordsmanship as well, and also very much quietly swordsmanship as well, and also very much quietly gifted with the power of long levitation, and with the power and with the greater power of combining destructive technology with dark magic at will. Very highly shares a dark desire and a dark ambition to remain the sole supreme rulers of the known worlds and of the rest of the sacred universe and of the rest of the sacred universe's worlds, sacred countries, the great sacred countries of the sacred world and of the sacred universe, and as well of the known worlds of the sacred magic dimension, which he has managed to conquer with a great force, with great tremendous forces and resources being given to him and being granted to him as well, due to his immortality and due to his ancient magnificence of his power and of his presence as well, which are well known in Phoenician hunter history. The way he's so greatly, magnificently ancient enough that his ancient paintings are actually carved. They are actually carved in the ancient in the great ancient magical schools of great light fairies and light wizards and light druids, which were able to know that the Noten Night King is a deadly, powerful dark plague of a deadly virus that literally spreads on the entire sacred universe, and it is well known not to be underestimated. The way he's so ancient and so magnificent on his own, he's very, very great and very highly resourceful with his resources. He bears the power of super strategist and super tactician, and very good in forming formidable, dark, powerful alliances with powerful, deadly super criminals who are the members of the Order of the Five, by utilizing their resources for his ultimate goals, and for his ultimate plan to conquer and rule known worlds and known civilization throughout the sacred world's history as well, in the process as well. Due to this, he's very quietly good in maintaining his usual basis of operation as well as his central headquarters, which is a very powerful, shadowy, systematic island, which he quietly keeps it hidden as well to himself as well. Due to this as well, was able to be granted powerful. He was able to gain at the attraction of many sinister followers who gratefully follow him in every way that he can actually lead them by, and he actually leads them with a great authority and with a great tremendous respect, as the great dark mysterious followers believed in him and seen him as a great dark god, and a very, very powerful dark god like being who has a great superior power to destroy and to end all life as they quietly know it as well. Regardless of that, the Noten Night King is quietly revered to be an ancient dark formidable deity dark king due to his appearance and due to his greater appearances and due to his personality, believing that power should be granted to the weakest and to every strong individual in the entire sacred universe, which is his greatest philosophy, and he uses it very wisely. He believes in the Order of the Five, his goals, and of the ancient secret society's goals, and of its long-term plan and mission, and is willing to make sure that those goals successfully bear fruit, since they seemingly align with his goals and align with his goals as well. He always bears up an ancient prophecy and an ancient prophecy as well, which is quietly well aware of that. And he's a very, very powerful, super strategist and very, very ancient anti-hero who believes that power must be given to the weakest and to the strongest in order for the two to collaborate together, in order for them to work as a team, which is why he literally enslaves many worlds and many inhabitants, forcing them and collaborating them, and literally forcing them and also collaborating them to working together in order to extract the resources of the worlds and of the planets, so that he can use them to further his sinister goal and long-term plan in the process. He is so powerful, dangerous, and deadly, and very, very formidable. He forms powerful, dangerous, secretive, shadowy alliances with other dangerous, secretive, sinister, shadowy, with other dangerous, secretive, shadowy, powerful, with other dangerous, secretive, shadowy, powerful groups of other deadly, secret, powerful, shadowy groups of powerful, deadly, unknown, secretive criminals who are unknown to Phoenician hunter history, who've been able to manipulating and controlling events and orchestrating events and wars from behind the scenes, and especially from the shadows of humanity and from the shadows of the sacred world as well. And the Noten Night King is very good in the art of deception, in the art of manipulation, highly resourceful, very smart, possesses the 12th level intellect of a genius, and very, very levelly intelligent, and very, very crafty, with the power of summoning, conjuring energy, super speed, telepathy, super strength, invulnerability, extreme immortality, and long gravity, which he believes that he is destined to remain the sole supreme rulers of the known worlds and of half of the other worlds that he's managed to conquer and place under his sole control. And the dark druids and the dark witches and the dark faithful follow him regardlessly and literally supply him with endless dark expertise and greater dark magical highly advanced weaponry, and also destructive weaponry as well. And so do the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders who also supply him with destructive and highly compatible technology, since they formed an alliance with the ancient criminal elite organization known as the Order of the Five to secretly and frequently transport and deliver them destructive technology to the mercenary groups and to the operatives and to the operatives and to the associate as well, which is part of the deal, which in return they will supply them with more worlds and more planets that are under their control and also possessed by their influence, and to they do controlling as well. And the Noten Night King knows very well to use the influence of the organization to himself in order to controlling many sacred great nations and clans and other worlds of the sacred universe. He's very ancient, very powerful, very mythical. Due to his anciency, he was able to learn more about the ancient, powerful, legendary dark myth of the King of Darkness, who he was able to grow very fond of, and he was able to exactly gain a very traumatic respect over the original Lord of Magic, believing that his goals were very bright and very crucial, but he saw a flaw in one of them, which could actually disrupt his future plans and long-term plans in the process. Highly resourceful and very, very highly respectful member of the Order of the Five, who respects every member of the organization and is willing to collaborate, literally willing to collaborate with them and willing to work with them without any grudges towards them, and he frequently has highly grown fond of them and is quite to review them as friends and as highly greater associate, as each member has able to view themselves to the other members as highly associate, and due to them working together, they able to remain in full secrecy and in the shadows to keep themselves hidden and the organization and the secret society from being discovered and from being unknown. He learns from his failures and he learns that the universal heroes do pose a threat, but despite that, he was able to learn that the mighty universal heroes can be used as pawns rather than to destroy them in order to further the organization's goals and his goals in the process as well, which is very crucial and very, very highly inevitable for it to bear fruit. Well, guys, that's it for today's episode. I'll actually see you tomorrow on Wednesday. Right now, I have to go upload the video and the episode straight to you guys, and I'm very grateful for you guys' support and everything else along the way. Please please continue supporting me, and please continue to stay with me on my long journey. For those of you who are quietly still staying with me, and for those of you who are also pursuing on your own long journeys as well, may you stay safe and may you stay happy. I'm also still rooting for you guys as well, and may you have a blessed week and a very much of a great day. I'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday, and stay happy and stay happy and stay blessed and stay very grateful for what you have, and be very, very happy and enjoy your day as well, and have a very much of a great, great, beautiful day. I'll see you tomorrow as well. Truly grateful for your guys' support. Truly means the entire universe to me. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care and have fun. Bye. Bye. Bye.